guys, so today I wanted to do a review for you on the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and I was able to order mine on Sephora when it first went on sale there, so I figured I would order it and do a tutorial, which I just did, and it will be up probably before this review, as well as do a review on the palette for you, because I know a lot of you are debating whether or not to get it and how it compares to the other palettes. So this one is actually more of a kind of pinker rosy gold tone, and the shadows are just absolutely gorgeous. So the palette comes with 12 different eyeshadows, and these are all new to the line. There are no repeats in this palette compared to the others that, I guess the second one had a couple of repeats. I don't own that one, I only own the first one and this one. But these are the 12 shadows, and it also comes with a rose gold double-ended brush too. So the packaging itself is actually very pretty. It has Naked 3 written in gold, and the outside is kind of like a rosy gold color, and it's more of like a tinny plasticky feel to it. And it also has kind of ripples on the top, which is really neat. I really think that this packaging is super pretty, and I like how it has little clips on the top, so it just snaps shut. So if you want to kind of compare that to the packaging of the first Naked palette, this one is kind of more of like a felt covering, and it just has a magnet that covers it, so it's definitely more prone to open up. And the inside is kind of more of like a cardboardy texture, and it does have a smaller mirror as well. But this one also comes with 12 shadows. As I mentioned, this one has a huge mirror, which is absolutely great. I love that it has the mirror in there. And the 12 eyeshadows are just so beautiful. So it comes with 3 matte shades in this palette, and all of the rest are kind of shimmery satin. There is one called Dust that is more of like one of those glittery ones that Urban Decay comes out with, and this one is my least favorite just because it has tons and tons of fallout and it just kind of makes a mess when you use it, but I absolutely love all of the others that are in here. Alright, so now I will just go through and kind of swatch all of these shadows for you so you can see what they all look like. So the first one here is Strange, and this one is like a matte, kind of very skin tony pink color. So that's what it looks like there. It's just very, very pretty, and it works perfectly as a highlight. I do have this one on right now as a highlight underneath my brow and also on the inner corner. The next one is called Dust, and this one is that pink color that is very, very glittery, and it does have a lot of fallout, so this one is my least favorite in the entire palette. The next one is called Burnout, and this one is just a very pretty light pink. And this is what it looks like here. It does have kind of a more satin finish. I really like this one, and I do have this one on my lid. Next is Limit, and that is this kind of mauve-y pink matte shade here. And this is what it looks like swatched. And it's just a very nice transition color, and it works perfectly in the crease area. Again, I have this one on today, and it just blends beautifully. They have no streaking. It's just fantastic. I really like the mattes that are in this palette. The next shadow is called Buzz, and it's kind of like a darker pinky mauve, and it is one of the satin finishes. And this is what it looks like here. It's just a very pretty mauve-y, kind of rosy toned pink. The next shadow is called Trick, and this is one of my favorites. It's a lot different from Half Baked in that it's way more pink toned, and it's just a very pretty gold, and I find it to be a little bit more flattering. So that's what that one looks like here. And I have this one mixed on my lid, and the center is kind of like a highlight. Next we have Nooner, which is a very dark matte mauve, and this is what it looks like here. It's very pretty, and it's perfect to kind of deepen up the crease. Alright, next we have Liar, and this one is a deeper mauve, and it's definitely more pinky tone, but it kind of has a little hint of gray in it to me. And that's what it looks like there. I really like that one a lot, and I also have this mixed on my lid with Burnout, which was that lighter pink, but that's it there, and it's very, very pretty. The next one is called Factory, and this is kind of like a brownie pink shade. It's definitely unique, and it's more sort of taupey too, so that's what it looks like there. You can see a hint of pink in it, but it's definitely a nice taupe. Next is Mugshot, and this kind of reminds me of like an olivey golden pink. It's kind of different, and I just really like it. Again, it's kind of taupey, and it does remind me a little bit of Satin Taupe from MAC. So that's this one here. Next is Dark Side, and this one is gorgeous. It's kind of like a pink toned brown, and you can see that here. It's like almost a charcoaly brownish color. It's very different, but I have this one on my outer corner, on the outer V, and it's very nice to subtly deepen the crease without having to use a black. And the last shadow is called Blackheart, and this one is kind of like a black with obviously a hint of pink in it, and it does have some like reddish pink sparkle in there. So that's what it looks like. It's very, very pretty, and it's nicely pigmented too. So overall, I do highly recommend this palette. If you haven't tried it yet, I would suggest getting it. I think that it's a really nice palette, and I think that the shadows are pretty well pigmented, except for Dust, which was kind of that pinky, like really glittery fallouty color. I think that all of the rest of them are just absolutely beautiful, and they're just very pigmented and so easy to work with. I was very impressed with how easily they blend, especially the mattes, because those are always kind of the test in the palette to see how well they blend out, and I didn't have any problems with them kind of skipping or streaking in the crease, and they just easily blended out, and they were just fantastic. I would definitely recommend you trying out this palette and just seeing how it compares to the first one if you have it. Obviously, the tone of the first one is definitely more neutral, but I find that I'm going to be using this one more, I think, just because of the shades that are in it and how well they complement my eyes and just how well it works with my skin tone too. So I really thoroughly enjoy this palette, and I was able to find mine at Sephora, like I said, and it was $52. And you also end up getting samples of all of the Urban Decay primer potions. I honestly don't really use samples, and I don't like the Urban Decay primer potion, but I do think that it is worth the price tag. I know it's a little bit steep, but you do get 12 eyeshadows, and you get a lot of it. I mean, I've had my Naked one since it came out, and I still haven't gone through all of the shadows, so it all depends on how much you use it and how much you think it's worth it to you, but I think that this is great. And if you're looking for a nice kind of pinky toned palette to try, this would be a great one. Alright guys, I hope that that review is helpful for you, and as always, I will have a corresponding blog post linked down below, and that will have close-up pictures of all of the shadows and swatches as well, so you can get kind of a better idea of what each of the shadows looks like. If you guys would like to, please make sure to follow me on all my social media networks. I have Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that jazz. It's always linked down below, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.